My name is Jermaine Spivey. I am here serving as a stager for Crystal Pite's work. I've been working with Crystal in her company, 𝗦𝗧𝗘𝗘𝗘, for 14 years. We met when I was a dancer at Ballet. She was commissioned to create a piece there. And honestly, from day one, just really felt like I found a creative spark in how she was approaching us as dancers. So I really fell in love with her whole process and the movement language as well. Through Crystal's physical language, I have really been able to push myself physically as an artist and then learn that through that physicality, there are emotional qualities, there are ways of thinking that develop. I want people to really feel like they don't need to know what they are going to see. I hope that audiences also know that they can just sit and receive, and whatever you receive is enough. I think in Body and Soul, people will see the power of mass, the power of people moving, falling, extending together. They'll see the work that it takes to do things together as a large group, and that is powerful. It's exciting. It's also intense and maybe even a little bit dangerous, and there's a beauty in that. There's conflict in the literal choreographic structure, so in the outer layer, and then there's conflict internally. There's conflict with the choreography itself, with the phrases, with the counts and the musicality. And so for the dancers to do the piece, they have to be in conflict. They have to accept that this isn't a feel-good type situation. However, I think that accepting the challenge of the conflict does bring a kind of joy and a perseverance and a determination that spreads through the group. I would say also in Body and Soul Part 1 that longing is a theme. It's a longing for connection, for togetherness. It's a longing for identity and self. There is a back and forth in the piece between people trying to solidify a personal identity and individuality, as well as a connection to the people that they are in a group and in a community with. Body and Soul demonstrates something about humanity and about our everyday lives. We're together and then we're not. We're speaking the same language and then suddenly we're not. But somehow we're still in communication with each other. I was speaking before about my personal experience with Crystal's work and accessing more of myself emotionally through the physicality. I think for these dancers here at 𝗬𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗗, they're gonna have the same experience. The range of dynamics and mobility that you need to use, it really puts you in a very present state if you accept the challenge. It shows you a lot about how our physical bodies do actually contain emotion and memory of emotion. So then you can use those memories of those sensations to add even another layer of depth to the physical action. It's been wonderful to work with the dancers. Eric Beauchesne, the other stager, and myself, we've been commenting just on how determined the dancers are to soak up as much of the information as we're giving them as possible, get the physicality. Everyone has a lot of respect for Crystal and her work, so to have this opportunity themselves to work on it, it seems like a huge pleasure and a huge honor. We've just been working and laughing and having fun and also sweating and feeling our hamstrings getting sore. And I think that there's a level of exactitude that we have to achieve as stagers to try to set it the way that the piece is, right? To deliver what Body and Soul is. At the same time, these are different dancers, and so there's always varying degrees of, you can do this lower, or you can stretch longer here, or, oh, you have a problem with your left knee, so do it on the right side, and that's gonna be fine. My first formal training in dance is ballet. I personally love ballet. I find it super fascinating. So I'm always excited to be in the room with people who speak a language that I understand, but then to see the results of these people have really dedicated, I don't know how many hours and tendons and pieces of cartilage to perfecting this art and this way of communicating through the physical body. And I just really enjoy watching that level of commitment and passion and expertise working in the room. It's really fun.